I haven't met someone that doesn't like Mr. Rissi. Like I really haven't. He's very unique in the way that he teaches. He is very, very good at communicating with students. He makes it really fun. It might not seem like it, but he does a lot of lecture notes, which is really surprising. A lot of students think, oh, lecture notes, it's not very fun, but I mean, he keeps it really upbeat. He's always up writing on the board. He's always making stories that go along with what he's doing, like real life stories that he's had an experience with everything, and it really keeps students tuned in to what he's talking about.
I took anatomy and AP biology with him in high school. So I was blessed to have him for two different years. And he definitely just inspired this love of learning, especially learning in the sciences as well, and just made it fun and engaging. And so I actually went on to get my bachelor's in biology. And some people ask me, like, why did I go and pursue this? A huge part of it is I'll go back to, I took these classes back in high school, and they had a really big impact on me. But then something else that I also really loved about Mr. Rissi is it wasn't just about the classroom either. He would do these life skills, I believe, once a month or so, and just teaching us even just these little tidbits or pieces of advice for the future.
What always sticks with me is the students that come back and have told me that I'm going into the science field because of Mr. Rissi. That's why we get an education, is to be able to spark that interest and get that next generation excited about a content area. And who knows, goes on to be the next doctor, and cures cancer or whatever. But, it all started in Mr. Rissi's classroom and his delivery of the content. That's really what makes Mr. Rissi so unique and exceptional.
I've been doing this for a long time, and I went to teacher school at one of the best teacher schools. I knew all the tactics and things you're supposed to do and not supposed to do in front of a classroom. And over the years, I just figured out that my teaching style is unusual and not usually very successful, but it works for me, and I get really great feedback from my kids. I think kind of my guiding philosophy is I want kids to walk out of my classroom smarter than they walked in every day. Like that's always been my guiding philosophy, because I think where people make mistakes in teaching is they try to teach high school students like they're some weird animal or something that is totally different than regular humans. They're just people. Like, they just don't want their time wasted. And if you're willing to do the work to not waste their time every day, it's hard. But if you're actually there to do the goal and do it the right way, and you're not trying to waste their time every day, and you're not just trying to keep them busy, you're actually trying to teach them stuff, they'll do work for you. They're just people. Like, they'll work for you if they don't feel like their time is being wasted.
He is very one-to-one almost, because you can ask any question and he'll be willing to answer it all the time. He's, we go on rants about random stuff all the time, and it's just he makes it seem like he's just talking to you. I really don't know how he does it, but he's just really good at it.
Just an outstanding person, outstanding teacher. Sometimes I find myself when I'm walking the halls, I walk by his room and he's lecturing, I find myself stopping and standing outside the door and listening to the lecture. So it might be on genetics, which a lot of people might not think that's exciting, but I stand there and he's tying it to real life situations. And next thing I know, it's 10 minutes later, and I'm still standing there listening to him. But just the way he delivers the content, he pulls the students in, his imagination, the projects that he does.
I just really hope that I've made a difference to somebody, that I know not everybody's going to go off and go be a veterinarian or a doctor or a nurse practitioner or whatever. I know that not everybody's going to go off and do stuff in my area, but everybody's alive their whole life. And everybody is going to have sick relatives and children, and they themselves get sick. And understanding basics of biology and how your body works, and whose advice should I trust, and how can I tell if a medical professional is trustworthy? I think that's all useful information for everybody, not just people that are going to go off and major in the stuff I teach. So I think in a lot of ways I got lucky with the subject matter I teach. I think it's always applicable to everybody, whether they're going to do this for a living or not.
I'd say I'm excited for Western High School and just how they send people out into the world. and just the way that they prepare people. I'm excited that they are no longer just pushing for college for everybody. I think so many people have different paths ahead of them, and there are different types of intelligence and different types of specialties, and skills that everybody has. And so I think that's something that Western is like going towards too, and just like, it's not all about one goal, but it's okay, what's your goal and how can we best help you achieve that?
I like that I'm given enough autonomy in my classroom that I feel like I can experiment. I feel like I have the freedom to try things, and if it just goes totally flat, that's okay. Like, I know not to do that one again, and I appreciate my building administration, my district administration. They've always been very supportive with, go ahead and try it, and if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. I've always liked that at Western, I feel like the community supports me. I get donations all the time. I've got parents that work in dentist's office or at the hospital or whatnot, and they're always giving me things they can't use that I definitely can use in a science classroom, and that's always nice. Not to mention the community financially supports the district. We just passed our bond again, and that's huge. It's nice to know that you're going to be in a place where they're going to be able to support the educational mission, and that they're looking forward to the future. And I see the folks that are supporting our district have just been consistent in their support of all of us. It means a lot to be in a district where the people care. They really do.